Hi, listener. This is From Ideology to Unity, a spiritual journey where we let go of ego and ideological doctrine in favor of meaning, purpose, and unity as a whole. Today, I'm alone and I'm reading from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth-the-Atlantean, a translation of it by Doreal. Now, the referencing I will leave to the description. And without further ado, I'm going to read the fourth Emerald Tablet, the Spaceborn. List ye, O man, to the voice of wisdom. List to the voice of Thoth, the Atlantean. Freely I give to thee of my wisdom, gathered from time and space of this cycle, master of mysteries, son of the morning, living forever a child of the light, shining with brightness, star of the morning. Thoth, the teacher of men, is of all. Long time ago, I in my childhood lay 'neath the stars on long buried Atlantis, dreaming of mysteries far above men. Then in my heart grew there a great longing to conquer the pathway that led to the stars. Year after year I sought after wisdom, seeking new knowledge, following the way, until at last my soul, in great travail, broke from its bondage and bounded away. Free was I from the bondage of earthmen, free from the body I flashed through the night. Unlocked at last for me was the star space. Free was I from the bondage of night. Now to the end of space sought I wisdom, far beyond knowledge of finite man. Far into space my soul traveled freely, into infinity's circle of light. Strange beyond knowledge were some of the planets, great and gigantic beyond dreams of men. Yet found I law in all of its beauty, working through and among them, as here among men. Flashed forth my soul through infinity's beauty. Far through space I flew with my thoughts. Rested I there on a planet of beauty. Strains of harmony filled all the air. Shapes there were moving in order, great and majestic as stars in the night, mounting in harmony, ordered equilibrium, symbols of the cosmic, like unto law. Many the stars I passed in my journey, many the races of men on their worlds, some reaching high as the stars of the morning, some falling low in the blackness of night. Each and all of them struggling upward, gaining the heights and plumbing the depths, moving at times in realms of brightness, living through darkness, gaining the light. Know, O man, that light is thine heritage. Know that darkness is only a veil. Sealed in thine heart is brightness eternal, waiting for the moment of freedom to conquer, waiting to rend the veil of the night. Some I found who had conquered the ether, free of space were they, while yet they were men, using the force that is the foundation of all things. Far in space constructed they a planet, drawn by the force that flows through the all, condensing, coalescing the ether into forms that grew as they willed. Outstripped in science they, all of the races, mighty in wisdom, sons of the stars. Long ago I paused, watching their wisdom, saw them create from out of the ether gigantic cities gigantic of rose and gold, formed forth from the primal element, base of all matter, the ether far flung. Far in the past they had conquered the ether, freed themselves from the bondage of toil, formed in their mind only a picture, and swiftly created it grew. Forth then my soul sped throughout the cosmos, seeing ever new things and old, learning that man is truly spaceborn, a son of the sun, a child of the stars. Know ye, O man, whatever from ye inhabit, surely it is one with the stars. Thy bodies are nothing but planets, revolving around their central suns. When ye have gained the light of all wisdom, free ye be to shine in the ether, one of the suns that light outer darkness, one of the spaceborn grown into light. Just as the stars in time lose their brilliance, light passing from them into the great source. So, O man, thy soul passes onward, leaving behind the darkness of night. Formed forth ye from the primal ether, filled with the brilliance that flows from the source. Bound by the ether coalesced around, yet ever it flames until at last it is free. Lift up your flame from out of the darkness, fly from the night, and ye shall be free. Travelled I through the space-time, knowing my soul at last was set free, knowing that now might I pursue wisdom, until at last I passed to a plane, hidden from knowledge, known not to wisdom, extension beyond all that we know. Now, O man, when I had this knowing, happy my soul grew, for now I was free. Listen, ye spaceborn, list to my wisdom. Know ye not that ye too will be free? List ye again, O man, to my wisdom, that hearing ye too might live and be free. Not of the earth are ye earthly, but child of the infinite cosmic light. Know ye not, O man, of your heritage? Know ye not ye are truly the light, son of the great sun, when ye gain wisdom, truly aware of your kinship with light. Now to ye I give knowledge, freedom to walk in the path I have trod, showing ye truly how by my striving I trod the path that leads to the stars. Hark ye, O man, and know of thy bondage. Know how to free thyself from the toils. Out of the darkness shall ye rise upward, one with the light and one with the stars. Follow ye ever the path of wisdom. Only by this can ye rise from below. Ever man's destiny leads him onward, into the curves of infinity's all. Know ye, O man, that all space is ordered. Only by order are ye one with the all. Order and balance are the law of the cosmos. Follow and ye shall be one with the all. He who would follow the pathway of wisdom must be open to the flower of life, extending his consciousness out of the darkness, flowing through time and space in the all. So here we are. That's actually not it. Sorry. I don't think I was actually at the end of it. I'll continue. Deep in the silence, first ye must linger, until at last ye are free from desire, free from the longing to speak in the silence. Conquer by silence the bondage of words, abstaining from eating until we have conquered the desire for food. That is the bondage of soul. Then lie ye down in the darkness, close ye your eyes from the rays of the light. Center thy soul force in the place of thine consciousness, shaking it free from the bonds of the night. Place in thy mind space the image thou desireth. Picture the place thou desireth to see. Vibrate back and forth with thy power. Loosen the soul from out of its night. Fiercely must thou shake with all of thy power, until at last thy soul shall be free. Mighty beyond words is the flame of the cosmic, hanging in planes unknown to man, mighty and balanced, moving in order, music of harmonies far beyond man, speaking with music, singing with color, flame from the beginning of eternity's all. Spark of the flame art thou, O my children, burning with color and living with music. List to the voice, and thou shalt be free. Consciousness free is fused with the cosmic, one with the order and law of the all. Know ye not, man, that out of the darkness light shall flame forth, a symbol of all. Pray ye this prayer for attaining all wisdom. Pray for the coming of light to the all. Might spirit of light that shines through the cosmos, draw my flame closer in harmony to thee. Lift up my fire from out of the darkness, magnet of fire that is one with the all. Lift up my soul, thou mighty and potent, child of the light, turn not away. Draw me in power to melt in thy furnace, one with all things and all things in one. Fire of the life strain and one with the brain. When ye have freed thy soul from its bondage, know that for ye the darkness is gone. Ever through space ye may seek wisdom, bound not by the fetters forged in the flesh. Onward and upward into the morning. Free flash, O soul, to the realms of light. Move thou in order, move thou in harmony. Free shalt move with the children of light. Seek ye and know ye my key of wisdom. Thus, O man, ye shall surely be free. All right, here we are. That's the end of that emerald tablet. The actual end, as opposed to one page away. So that was pretty interesting, I think. Actually, I might do a little bit of analysis, unlike the previous episodes. Just a little bit, although I'll be humble about it. This is just what comes to me. So, there is a reference to the fall of Atlantis and how it sunk beneath the sea, although I'm kind of spoiling later tablets, aren't I? Well, it seems he managed to free his soul from his body while still alive, without his body dying, because it was lying in the halls of Mementi. That's my impression. Based on this and later tablets that we'll get to. So we traveled through the stars and he learned a lot. I mean, that's amazing, just a soul traveling through the stars. Maybe you've done it. Maybe we just don't remember because of the veil of darkness, which is basically the veil of forgetting, in my opinion. Because if you think about it, in a sense, darkness is a sort of ignorance. There might be a connection between darkness and ignorance, or darkness and lies, or deception, or delusion, whereas wisdom and truth could be aligned with light, symbolically and maybe in a sense greater than that. So that's why I feel like the veil of darkness he refers to is the veil of forgetting. And by conquer, he's obviously, I think he's referring to, well, rending the veil of the night, as in conquering the forgetting, remembering. Conquering yourself or conquering the darkness around you? The darkness of forgetting. And the darkness in your own heart, so it's sort of purification of the light, but I imagine that requires transmutation of darkness. Personally, I'm not of the opinion that we can just focus entirely on light to get to the light. Like Jung had an appreciation of, the path to heaven having its roots in hell, right? And certainly with the dark night of the soul or inner work, or the great work, whatever you call it, there's certainly a lot of, there's hardship confronting that darkness, right? And I feel like the souls those who manage to ascend, in a sense, without doing that, are fortunate to not have, well, I don't know if they're fortunate or not, but they haven't got so much of that darkness to deal with. And they can just let go. Now that's almost a luxury, to be able to let go without doing the processing, without doing the inner work. Most people, if they try that, that's basically spiritual bypassing, and it's ultimately detrimental. Now, a lot of people who advocate this focusing on the light I imagine, this is just my opinion, but I imagine they don't really understand, and it's well intentioned. I do suspect there might be some dark workers who deliberately try to deceive people into only focusing on the light, knowing that will lead to them actually pressing more into the shadow and actually making no progress, or the opposite of progress, or at least progress towards service to self, ultimately. Because eventually, if you what I read in I think it was Channeled Works. It was the channel being Aaron. It was one of these. It's the extra one that has a Quora and Aaron in it, as opposed to the raw material. It's an extra material related to the our research. So yeah. Actually, I'm not going to go on too much because it's going to be boring, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not sure what you find interesting, what you find boring, to be honest. Well, maybe I should just stick to just reading this out instead of the analysis, because I don't know how good my analysis is, really. So, when he mentioned vibrating to free your soul, I imagine that is raising your frequency to the point that you can leave the soul if you want in your life. Like, not leave the soul, leave the body in your lifetime. Typically, I imagine that would involve your body dying. And in a sense, it's kind of, I'm not going to judge it, but it might be, in a sense, giving up on your incarnation life. And there's a reason why you incarnated in the first place. Now, I mean, some people view Earth as a prison planet or something. That they only focus on the negative aspect of things, and they focus on reptilians and things. I feel like there's a reason souls basically queue up to incarnate on Earth. There's something about this experience that souls find really valuable and learn a lot from. And perhaps the challenge is part of it. And perhaps the soul grows and learns through a more limited experience. That's my perspective on it. And of course, it's interesting he talks about our heritage being of the light, because ultimately we come from source, right? That's where souls come from, source. Now, we think of ourselves as human, but that's because of the veil of darkness, the veil of forgetting. When we are more liberated by the light, in a sense, we have a broader perspective of things. It's interesting, he said the curves of infinity all. Now he's going to mention curves of space and time later as well. Now, obviously, you'd say that refers to Einstein, but well, not refers because Einstein came later, but well, he likes the universe, right? The universe has curves, doesn't she? Oh, I only need to find it funny. You don't need to. Well, order and balance are law of the cosmos. Something to keep in mind with all this is the as below, so above, as above, so below. I feel like implicitly that kind of concept applies to a lot of this. Honestly, if you compare this to the Emerald Tablets of Hermes Trismegistus, I feel like that one seems like a summary or like a more concise version of the insight here, right? Because it's ultimately from the same source, the same soul, which is the soul of Thoth. Now, apparently there are 3 incarnations, main incarnations of Thoth. I don't know if the third one's happened or not. And I'm not sure if Hermes Trismegistus is the second one or the third one. I don't know if it's happened yet. Thoth does say he might actually come back at a certain time. Who knows? In this Great Awakening, we might have Thoth coming back. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? That would actually be quite fun to see, even though I feel like we've got to be able to take a step back and just laugh at everything that's happening, not in a negative way, but this kind of reality is funny kind of way. I think that helps us deal with all these big changes going on at the moment. Bit chaotic. And we don't know for sure anything, really. We don't know if things are actually going to get better. No, I believe, I have faith in that. And we can have faith in that. We just don't know. And part of spiritual awakening is accepting that you don't know anything, really. All that itself is knowledge. And it seems contradictory, right? That you know that you don't know anything. But how do you know that if you don't know anything, right? But yeah, that's me, enough of me blabbing on. Yeah, all right, I'll leave it at that for now. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.